Good early evening. This is William Surf Rouse of We Ride for a Cure channel. And if anyone gets a chance to watch this video before the end, I hope this enlightens you. Okay, we got some light here. If you've never watched any of my videos, sometimes I come in with my kufi, wearing my kufi because I'm out a lot. Plus, I like wearing kufis. But this page is dedicated to health awareness and for those who are looking for alternatives and doing better in your life, health-wise. I hope that I can help you out. Before I start talking about my disclaimer and what I want understood about my mission, in 2014, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And within the same month that I was diagnosed with cancer, I met two great people in my life. One was my personal elder, Christopher Williams, not the singer. Um, actually, Mr. Dr. Christopher Williams, who's a former doctor and got into health and awareness and was a naturopath, vegan, and he came to my office, and from that moment, 30 days afterwards, I became a student. Allow me to share this while I have a chance. Okay, so while I'm on here, I'm on my tablet, and sometimes it acts funny. All right, so I am back on. All right, so I am back on. I'm going to see if this is going to go to my Facebook channel because I just tuned in on the Facebook channel. I hope that someone will be blessed to actually watch this video. Okay, disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I am not a practitioner. I am a survivor of stage 2 colon cancer. And any advice that I give anyone is based upon my own personal experience, just study. But the job that I am trying to do, or my mission or mission statement, is to help people learn more about themselves, their health conditions, and why they're going through what they're going through. Now, if you're watching me, I got a little on my side. It looks like my mouth is moving a little bit slower than my actual voice. So this tablet, unfortunately, it's 4G, which shouldn't mean anything. I just think this tablet is just slow. Why I feel as if these videos that I'm making are extremely important, because unlike so many people that are on social media and taking advantage of the opportunities, I'm not trying to sell you anything unless it's necessary that I create something specifically for you to help you out. This is not an advertisement for any of the supplements that I create for my clients. This is a video explaining to you what you will not get from me while I am expressing my concern in helping people get better. I made several videos on my Facebook page, and one of those videos got very popular over the last 5 years. Within 5 years, I have a video, thanks to my friends at cultureconnections360.com, in which I talked about my cancer and the importance of a small item called soursop, and how learning about the benefits and the teachings of my elder, I am here today telling you that you can beat cancer. You can beat it naturally. But if you're really ready to battle this thing, cancer will expose so many things that you may not realize is around you and have been around you, yet you weren't aware of it until this happened. There are goods and bad that cancer will bring out of you. The number one thing that cancer will bring out of you is an extreme amount of strength that you didn't know you had. But it will also bring out the devils that have been around you, that have cursed you, that have done everything in their power to stop you from moving forward. And it will also get you more in tune with your higher self. Those are three of the things that having cancer did to me. I saw people in a totally different light. I saw people who I thought had my best interest show me how evil they really were. People that I loved saw me at my weakest point, and even family members who I got to see them for who they really were and how they are. I've had very few lies put on me as I watched while I was at a point where I almost died. Understand the reason why men are the way that they are when it comes to women. And when women think that we're being extremely mean and cruel to them, it's only because they're protecting their heart the way that they only know how to. And yes, I was heartbroken and devastated about what happened to me when my ex wife decided she wanted to leave. At the same time, trying my best to start over 23 days later, I'm in the hospital. Cancer will put you in a very dark place, and no one is there to actually pay attention to what you are trying to express. And I only had a few people, and I do mean a few people, that would listen. But I was in a very dark place, very dark place. And that dark place became a food source for people looking for dark energy to eat from. But I got up, I took the lessons that I was taught, including the lessons that I learned from the late great Dr. Sebi, in which when I speak to people about what Dr. Sebi told me when I first met him, I see the reaction when I tell a person when I met Dr. Sebi and he was asking questions, answering questions, and I told him the condition that I had. And the first thing that he says is, "Oh, you get rid of that real quick." That's something that doctors should be confident enough to tell their patients when they find out that they have this unfortunate event going on in their lives. Now, why is it that this man from Honduras that people call a quack tells me this thing and it actually happened? And then my elder, through trials, tribulations, if you want to call it, I call it going through the muck and the mire, explains to me why you have to do your regiment a certain way. And as I get this beautiful information, my body is totally transformed. How did I know that what I was doing was working? The very first thing that I noticed was my weight came back. My energy level was up. I was eating more abundantly. And after 4 months, after doing the regimen correctly, I was back to my original weight, a lot stronger, and definitely a lot healthier. Around this time, as I'm doing better, my, at the time, father-in-law was just diagnosed with bone cancer. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to help him out because the day that I saw him, 24 hours later, he had died. At this time, I and now my ex-wife haven't seen each other. And at his funeral, she had saw me for the first time in, say, 7 months during all of this. The look on her face to see how I was looking, because at one point she saw me as skin and bones, and now she's seeing me healthy, muscle tone back, I'm looking normal. And her family, including her aunt, who unfortunately died from complications of breast cancer, saw me and she said, "You look good." These are the things that I benefited from my teachings from my elder. And that's what I want to give you. So if you watch this video, being that my TikTok page is no longer in existence, I leave you all with this information that it will benefit all of you. You may hear a train in the background, a horn. I live by a train, so you may hear it beep and yell. I mean, you may hear the horn from the train go off in a few seconds. Give it a minute. But I hope you all learn from what I'm about to teach you all in this video. First thing that I learned, here come the horn. First thing that I learned, not everybody's long-winded. There it is. Not everyone's long-winded. Not everybody wants to sit for an hour and watch a video. So I'll get to the point. If you don't do this first, then you're going about this whole process wrong. Again, I'm not a practitioner of medicine, a medicinal practitioner. I am a survivor of colon cancer, and my experience is what I use to teach people. All right. If you do not do this first, you're doing this wrong. Number one, find out what your blood type is. I can't express that more simpler than that. If you do not know your blood type, you are going about helping yourself to heal the wrong way. If you do not know your blood type, you do not know if you're eating the right foods or taking the right substances that will help you 100% get over whatever you're going through. Number two, once you find out your blood type, then you must start eating the foods that match your blood type. It's the same way that if you go get a car, you can't put the wrong gas in the car because you're going to have bad or poor performance. Simple as that. Number three, after you find out your blood type and you get the blood dietary chart, you can also get a book. There's several books that help you with your blood type and know exactly how to eat the proper foods. Then you want to get you an alkaline chart. Alkaline charts will help you get the right foods in the right pH levels to help deal with whatever condition you're going with. And then after you've done step one, find out your blood type. Step two, get the blood type dietary chart. And step three, get you an alkaline food chart. Then you're going to go to step number four. Step number 4 is get a calendar, get a book, and start writing down all of your notes and all of your information. And you're going to put yourself on the calendar. 14 days when you start this process, you are going to set a goal for 14 days. 14 days, because it takes 14 days for a radical cell or a cancer cell to rebuild itself. You want to study the process of a cancer cell. You're going to start eating the foods that the cancer cells cannot stand, which are all alkaline foods according to your blood type. And the more you demonstrate this, the more you're going to notice that your body is going through a repairing stage. You're going to feel better. Your body's going to be lighter. You're going to be more flexible. You're going to be more focused, and you're going to be less depressed, which is a adrenaline for cancer cells. Then as you start this process, you're going to dedicate one day out of that week to doing fasting. Fasting has too many benefits to talk about in this video, but I'll go with 2 different benefits. Absorption of everything in your body that has been left over, whether it's meat, fruits, vegetables, whatever you had left in your body that has not been digested. By fasting, it gives the body the opportunity to absorb anything and everything that's left over. And when that happens, it creates new energy in your body. Sometimes we may experience headaches because we're not eating the way that we're used to eating, and we're actually stopping ourselves from eating. So your body may go through a small nervous moment because it's used to having something put in it. After one day of fasting, you have actually reactivated stem cell growth in your body. And this is why the masters of fasting and deep meditation will go as far as 3 days with no food and no water. And yes, you can do it. Fastings have so many benefits, and abstaining from foods have extremely too many benefits to talk about. And that's why your prophets were very well known for fasting for long periods and days. There is a particular illness that people may catch because of their lifestyle that fasting can help eliminate. Though I cannot speak on it here because this is a public forum, I can only tell you get in a book and study some of the miracles that fasting does. If you have cancer, there are a few things that you should not be doing. One of them is eating dead food. The next thing you shouldn't be doing is sitting on your butt just dwindling away. You must stay active. If you are an O blood type like myself, you are at your best when you are working out. You need to get a gym membership, get on those weights, work out. You feel a lot better. Your mindset is different because your blood type requires you to do a lot of work. Your blood type is hunter-gatherer history. So don't play with that. The only way that you can find this out effectively is to start doing your own research about your blood type. Once you start practicing these things, you will notice some things will be easier to deal with. Another thing you should do is get yourself surrounded by positive people. These positive people should be your power team. 5 people, I always say 5 people for a reason, because you need a team to work on every element in your life. Good music, motivational people, getting in books. Remember I said 14 days? 14 days from the time that you start this process, you want to set yourself to a goal, but this isn't bothering you. For example, I have to use myself. When I found out I had cancer, I was pissed off. I wasn't trying to hear it. I got my butt in that office that at the time I lived in my office because I walked away from my apartment after me and my ex-wife separated. And I made all plans to go to Florida and start over. Had everything set, ready to go. Never talked too much about it until the day that on my way, 8 hours before I got on the Greyhound bus to go to Florida, here I am in a hospital for 5 days. And my life completely started over again. And that's when my story changed. Did I do this all by myself? Absolutely not. But I will tell you, it felt like I was by myself. I never want anyone to experience this. And I don't want to sound like an evil, ungrateful person, but I was pissed. I was mad at people. And unfortunately, I got a good heart, and sometimes that heart gets stumped on. Sometimes people lie on you to make themselves look good to hide the wrong that they've done. And I had no choice but to accept it and move on. I went to counseling after a while, and it was very therapeutic because at that time, going through what I went through, I felt like the biggest loser, and I felt like nothing was going to change. And I've had three chances to get things in order, and it just kept going down the drain. So much that when they finally, after 6 years of wearing a colostomy bag, which should have been off before COVID, they finally made arrangements to do my surgery. I had already made arrangements that if anything happens to me, I had people already on lockdown to make sure that all of my wishes, all of my paperwork was in order. I already had things set it up. Anything would have happened to me, my lawyer would have already gotten the call, and a few of my good friends would have already been ready to handle business. I did not think that I was going to make it through that surgery because I had so much bad luck just trying to get things normalized. And right before things began to open up, I'm in a hospital. So I'm in a hospital now, about to do a surgery that should have been done a long time ago. Now that they see that I don't have any issues, and they see that the colon is in good shape to actually do the surgery, I thought something was going to happen. I'm shell shocked. Well, that's been 2 years ago. And I'm going to end it here. Why it's so important for you all to please go get yourselves checked out. Please get into a book and study yourself. I don't want you all to go through 6.5 years waiting for a surgery that should have happened, or 10 years to go over your whole entire life and start over and see people, quote unquote, ish on your name and say things that are not true to destroy your character because they're not like you and they're satisfied being where they're at. To have people that you thought loved you as you love them, and the ridiculous stories that you hear about yourself, and the people that listen to these stories and they see you in this, or they've known you all your life, and now all of a sudden you're a totally different person. I don't want you all to go through a depression. I don't want you all to go through feeling like you're alone and feeling like you're the laughing stock of everything. I don't want you to feel like that. I want you to understand that you can get up and get things right. Don't try to be right, which is the biggest lesson that I learned through all of this. The problem is that people, just like doctors, are so busy trying to be right instead of trying to be righteous, flaunting their egos when they should be flaunting or practicing humility. Your humility will get you further than your ego ever will. So, pardon the droopy eyes. I am tired. The last 6 months, I've been blessed to say that I can work. And tomorrow, I'll be right back putting in more work. I'm grateful that you all have watched me. I'm grateful that you all have paid attention to any and all of the stories that I put up. I'm grateful that you have even subscribed to the channel. I'm grateful that if you feel as if what I've said has inspired you to do something better with your life, then I did my job. I had a video called My Cancer Story. At this point, it's 8.5 million views, and my channel was taken out. Even on this channel, when I put the video up, they took it off because there was things that I talked about in that video that are highly effective when it comes to destroying cancer cells. Unfortunately, you can't see that. So if you're ever interested in seeing that video, what you would have to do, you would have to inbox me. You would have to reach out to me, 773-551-2904. And you actually see this video that made me famous. In fact, you can go to cultureconnections360.com's channel, either on Instagram or Facebook, cultureconnections360.com on Facebook or Instagram, even on TikTok, if they do have it on there. And you'll actually see me. I'm wearing usually I have it around here. I'm wearing a old school Kango, wearing a black hoodie, and I was talking about my cancer story. This before all this got white. So if you get a chance to watch that video, I hope it inspires you. If you watch this video later on, I hope it inspires you. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I hope what I said helped, and please subscribe to the channel as well as let me know what you think about this video. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. Good night.